Will social media affect how we vote in 2020, or will we all die from a deadly disease beforehand? Find out all this and more in this episode of the Fizzcast.
Welcome back to the Fizzcast.
I'm Chris.
I'm Cullen.
I'm Zach.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Andrey.
And we're the Fizz Kids.
So let's get right into it.
All right, so first thing we should probably address is the last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all checked the Reddit. Probably not. But we said we were recording episode 3 probably, 2-3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out very well. I think
we rushed it. It was rushed.
It got rushed. A few of us were a little out of it that day, and just some of the topics got instantly dated because we were kind of trying to go for current events then, but it didn't really pan out very well. So if we do use that footage, it'll be something a little bit different, maybe like a shortened cut down version, or just something more usable.
There were some good bits in there.
Yeah, there were some good bits.
Mm-hmm.
I would
win.
What did we say weren't we gonna release like a video?
One thing we could release like a short pod, like a short,
Yeah.
Like a super cut of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A
Yeah.
super cut of like the good stuff. I wouldn't want to waste all the time we put into it, but I don't think it's up to the standard that we hold for ourselves right now. I mean, as low as it is,
we have very high standards.
Yeah.
As you can see.
But coming to this one, the first topic for today is the coronavirus. Now, this time, we're trying a different format. We're all going to bring a topic to the table, and we're going to present it so that we don't end up with a situation like we ended up a couple weeks ago. So,
where I have to put on a back brace.
Yeah.
Because I'm the heart and soul of this team.
You sound very hurt, Logan. So, first off, the coronavirus. I think if anybody has been listening to any sources of news or any social media, you've probably seen, if not just tons of memes about it, actual like news of this. And it's a virus that started, and I believe it is like the Wuhan.
Yes, I don't
city.
know if that's the correct pronunciation.
Something
but,
like that.
It's the WUHAN, right?
Yeah. Something to that effect. Yeah, it's Wuhan. But this new virus, I believe it's related to the SARS, which is a respiratory disease, has appeared in China. And I think it kind of relates back to the last SARS outbreak, which I believe a couple years ago, right? I'm not entirely...
The only time I've ever heard of SARS was in the South Park episode where they made fun of it.
Well, either way, China has kind of a past of not really giving out information about disease outbreaks to try to like cover stuff up until it gets too widespread. Usually you don't really hear about how bad it is until it spreads into other Asian countries.
I thought I saw trying to like silence people and arresting those who were like spreading the news of it rather than actually dealing with patients.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened with SARS first as well, because they had a big outbreak of that previously.
What does this virus consist of? Like what is it?
I believe it's
like why is it such a big deal?
Yeah, like why is this one like why isn't it just like another SARS outbreak? Like
what was even the SARS outbreak? I wasn't following any of that.
So the SARS and this virus, they're kind of related. It causes fever, coughing, breathing difficulty, and pneumonia. I think the pneumonia is the biggest part there. And so there are big outbreaks of pneumonia, which can cause
When was the
death.
SARS outbreak?
The SARS outbreak, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see.
it was like at least a decade ago, I believe.
Was it a decade ago? I think that sounds about right. But so yeah, the coronavirus is pretty similar.
So it's basically just like a pneumonia on steroids. Almost.
I don't know if it's that bad. It's just
well then why is there, I wonder why there's so much.
Is it because it's like it's more viral? People are catching it a lot easier. Is that like
and the outbreak has been in China?
It's a new disease and it can be deadly.
There have been some in the U.S.
There was the first reported case was in Washington State.
Yeah, so we have two.
Is it highly, I guess, contagious?
I think it's not sure. Like, it's a new virus, so we're not sure how contagious it is, but it's spreading. So right now we have about 800 to 900 confirmed cases worldwide.
I heard that like 9 people died.
At now,
In the
it's
US,
about 26.
Well, 9 out of the US.
I'm not entirely sure. I know the first outbreak in Europe was officially reported today. This is January 24th, 2020, in France. So I think it was 3 people in France have been confirmed with the virus. I know there were 14 people screened in the UK, but all of those came back negative, which is pretty good for them. Japan has 2 reported cases officially, and I think the US has 1 or 2.
Yes.
So
there's at least 1 in the US.
Yeah. So have you been watching the memes? They make it seem like a really big, like, the deadly plague coming.
It's kind of like an either or. They either
nation.
make it like it's going to kill us all, or like, haha, it says Corona in it. So
And I know in China it's a really big thing. Most of these cases are in China, and it's spreading really rapidly.
Yes.
I know they're trying to erect a new hospital in that area, and they're just running out of resources to deal with it.
I believe they were trying to shut down the public transport as well.
Yeah, they shut down a lot. I know they shut down like Shanghai Disneyland for one example.
That's sad.
Yeah. But they're shutting down a lot of like tourism and stuff. I know the World Health Organization, it says it is a localized outbreak for now. So they're saying you shouldn't completely shut down trade and transport and stuff. But I'm pretty sure airlines are screening for that kind of thing right now.
So
to keep it away from whatever countries.
How exactly does it spread?
That's a good question. So I don't think they're entirely sure. I know there's a Chinese expert.
How do you spell it?
Corona
virus.
It has like a certain name, like a virus name or whatever.
You'll find it.
I know a lot of people were worried because it had broken out in Wuhan, and there's a disease like study lab there where they had previously been studying like SARS and stuff like that.
It looks like it's primarily spread through close contact with another
close
individual.
Contact, but they don't know what.
So
a Chinese expert
through coughing, sneezing, or somebody was in range of 3 to 6 feet from that person.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just kind of like
3 to 6 feet.
That means that it's airborne.
3 to 6 feet from that person.
A Chinese expert who came down with
on
the virus
that quote was quoted from NBC News. So.
Yeah, a Chinese expert that came down with the virus said that he thought he got it through his eyes. But I'm pretty sure most viruses can spread through the eyes. So I don't know if that's a specific mode of attack.
I was just interested because it said 3 to 6 feet. It sounds like there's a minimum distance.
It's just new, so they don't really know much about it. And that's the biggest thing, because they have just a big disease outbreak, and they have to quarantine all these people. I know there was they closed all movie theaters. That's about 70,000 movie theaters.
Wow, really? I did not know that.
China.
Yeah.
I know there was a really big worry for the camps they have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is kind of a separate subject, but there are Chinese camps where they keep Muslim people of a certain denomination. Wow. This is not a funny topic, but
I did not know about that.
They're worried that if it reaches those camps, that they'll have just uncontrollable outbreaks because they have just tons of people there.
Maybe they shouldn't
the exact numbers.
Keep people in camps, but
you're right. 1 million people
are in this camps
apparently.
Wow.
So that could be a very big issue. So they're trying to shut everything down in Wuhan right now. I know most cases have been traced directly to Wuhan, China. Mm-hmm. I think all cases actually are traced back to somebody who went through Wuhan, China, and then came back to their country of origin, or possibly traveled to a new country. The really big issue here.
It's on like
okay, we're coming down. So back to what I was saying, the big issue here is that it is the Chinese New Year. So millions of people from China are diseases breaking out. But I think that's the biggest issue, is that like usually these people would be going all over the world, and we don't want this kind of thing to spread.
Yeah.
In 1920. I don't think this is that bad. In fact,
it was like the same with Ebola.
Yeah.
There was literally like the same media attention and everything.
I wonder what the cure is. It just sounds like a common fever almost, but I mean, with the inclusion of pneumonia.
Well, it's a virus.
Yeah. Apparently, it seems like it's related to bats. So possibly from, I know one of the ideas is that it appeared from these open markets that China has where they sell wild animals. They eat, I don't know. A lot of people thought it was snakes. I wonder
where it did.
Studying it, they think it's more like bats.
Oh.
Yeah, they're saying it's originated in Wuhan. I don't think that's up for debate as of now, but.
So is it the pneumonia that kills?
I would say so. That's just filling the lungs with fluid.
Yeah.
I believe, as the reports are, it says that all of those who died have had previous conditions. So I think that really gets down to the bottom line is that it's probably not as serious as it looks. I think spreadability, it's really bad. Like, you know,
it's so really, it's like it's extremely viral, but like it
impacts people who have like
who are already compromised essentially. So
it's probably not going to kill you if you do get it, but we probably don't just want a disease.
You don't want a disease, and that's just to like protect the people who are compromised, who have like weaker immune systems or pre-existing conditions.
I'm pretty sure an old woman in Chicago that did have it, one of the confirmed cases. I think she's already getting better.
Good for her.
And I think. To end this all, the biggest thing I thought was interesting, we talk about all 26, I think, people have died. And so each year, the flu kills between 12,000 and 61,000 people annually. Mm-hmm. So when you really see like the bigger picture, it's not actually that deadly. It's probably not more deadly than like a bad flu is.
Yeah, it's just new. It's just
new.
Yeah.
It's exciting to talk about, but it is pretty interesting, I think, to see like. Well, I don't know if it's interesting.
So, was there ever any confirmed cases previous to like this outbreak, or is this like the first time it's ever been seen?
I believe it's a new mutation. Like actual new. It has a name. It's called. It's like the novel. Something 2019. It has the year. Okay. It's dated 2019, and the first outbreaks I believe were.
So I mean that's kind of interesting to like actually see like a new mutation. I mean like you know you don't know like what it's capable of, so it can be dangerous. But that's like interesting to watch like mutations happen.
Yeah, it's just a big problem because it's spreading so rapidly, and in China especially, that's a really bad place for these diseases to pop up when they're very viral. I know. One of the possibilities of why these big virus outbreaks happens in China is because there are people that have come into contact with animals a lot in these really crowded places. And it just spreads really easily.
Yeah, I saw one thing today, and they think that it was caused from bats.
Yeah. I think originally they were talking about possibly a snake like disease mutating, but now they're thinking it's bats.
Well, like the video I saw, like they were actually like eating the bats at like a dinner table.
Yeah,
and I know that they eat like drink snake blood at least, like sometimes.
It's like, something like I mean, I'm sure they eat whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't personally tell you how bats taste.
Things that they were
but I think I think study of the disease made it clear that it was more likely caused by a bat, like mutation or something.
So if you were to sum up the coronavirus, what would you say about it?
I would say some good memes come out of that, but overall I don't think it's as serious as it might first come off.
When I first saw it, I didn't even think it was a real thing. I saw it as a meme.
I haven't even seen the thing about it. That's the thing that's like I have not seen anything about this virus at all.
I mean, I've seen a ton of news about it, but I think the biggest news is when cases are, spread worldwide.
Yeah.
And then once somebody sees that the virus is in their country, they're like, oh no, I could get this. And then, of course, then the fact that 26 people have died and that it's widespread comes into play.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't think it seems like China is having a rough time of keeping everything contained and keeping everybody treated. So,
I think that was a good summary. So in general, just coronavirus, it's just a new novel thing. It's extremely viral, but unless you're already compromised, you have, I'm assuming, a low chance of of it being fatal. But no one really wants pneumonia.
Nobody wants
Is there any like methods of like preventing it that anyone knows of yet?
Probably just not coming into 3 to 6 feet.
3 to 6 feet. Just
contact
don't
with
be.
the person.
I mean, I know they're having mask shortages, so I think everybody just.
They always wear masks there. I thought.
Yeah, well, Japan for sure, right?
Japan,
That's
yeah.
the culture there, but I think China's a little bit wishy-washy on that.
Do we just wear masks to like not get sick? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why when you go there, like literally, a lot of the people in Japan are wearing the.
But like, is
They're like
is everybody sick in Japan, or is it like
No.
for themselves?
What is the?
I think
purpose of
I think they wear it, especially when they're sick, so other people don't get sick.
Is
I
that
think
what
it's
it
kind
is?
of like a
Like-
more considerate type.
Like
It's
of,
like
a
it's their
respect
etiquette
thing.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, they have a lot of like etiquette rules, I believe.
Yeah.
in
But like
just
in
the
general,
cultural-
like I'm guessing a lot of them wear it too. Is it
probably if they're like in fear of getting
fear?
uh,
Is it
diseases.
due to like? Do they have like a large population density? Is that the
That-
reason?
that- too,
definitely.
yeah.
I mean, if you've ever seen videos or pictures of their trams, their what is it?
Oh yeah, I've
Their-
seen those like
subway
images
or
where they literally have
whatever.
to shove
The,
and
they
like
just-
push people in there.
They
yeah.
have
The
workers that
Shinkansen, right?
shove people in.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
So I could imagine wanting to wear a mask if I get shoved in a box with like 200 people.
But like at the same
Yeah.
time, like is that gonna really prevent anything if you're like literally touching like 3 or 4 different people in that? Like I don't know.
I mean,
I guess if it gives you peace of mind, like more power to you. But
I think it's like kind of similar to how I believe it's South Korea believes that if you leave a fan on,
you'll die
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it sucks all the air out.
Yeah.
That's not true, by the way.
Not true. But yeah, I think it's just kind of a cultural quirk. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that we got the
like how
coronavirus
Andrey
covered.
likes to bathe in Purell.
Excuse me.
Basically.
You like to bathe in Purell?
No, I said like how Andrey likes to bathe in Purell. Basically.
Oh, the hand
What?
sanitizer. The hand
Are you a
sanitizer.
Are you a germaphobe?
Not really.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember
doubt
when we
that.
filmed the first podcast?
What?
Remember
What?
when we filmed the first podcast?
No.
You went and like bought a thing of hand sanitizer.
Well, yeah, I got a
Like,
thing of hand
touching
sanitizer,
everything.
so I don't know.
For like Starburst. Everything's like individually wrapped
I
in
mean,
there.
yeah.
I mean, back them
Alright.
up. I have a bottle of hand
Back-
sanitizer in my car,
Like I'm just keeping hand sanitizer. Just like I can't like.
so you don't.
I think
become
keeping
sick.
hand sanitizer, like you don't have to keep it always on you, but like whenever you're eating food, I think that there should be something to
Yeah.
cleanse your hands with.
A
True.
sink?
Because I mean, when you're in like a public place
Yeah.
like school, I think it's kind of gross when you're
Like-
touching
like,
all
yeah,
these desks
yeah.
and the keyboards especially,
Yeah.
and then you go and like you're eating like your nuggets or whatever.
Yeah.
You
I
just
like
wash
that.
your hands, you animal.
So most of y'all probably know that this year is election year. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of political ads this year. But where you'll see them, well, that depends. Many social media companies are changing their policies regarding political ads.
Oh.
Ooh.
Around mid to late 2019, Jack Dorsey, founder and CEO of Twitter, and also Square, but we'll get to that later, released a tweet stating that, quote, "We've made the decision to stop all political advertising on Twitter globally. We believe political message reach should be earned, not bought. Bold move, Jack." He goes on in a thread to explain reasons why, so if you want to check that out, we'll have a link in the description to that tweet. Facebook, on the other hand, did not take that approach, but instead will allow ads to be deceitful and lie. In a post-
What? Those are some loaded words.
Yes.
Yes.
As long
That's
as
the
they
policy?
follow.
Oh, is that like actual
follow
word for
Facebook.
word?
That was the title of an article that I
Oh,
read.
okay.
But but as long as they follow, like as long as the political ad doesn't like break the policy for Facebook posts, then it's fine.
I mean,
that
most.
is illegal.
I feel like most political ads are false advertising
Yes.
because they say they're gonna.
I've already
do
heard a few of
something.
those on the radio.
Yeah.
I remember the ones for.
And the people who are running this year, I've already seen like 3 different dedicated Snapchat stories for the people that are running to be president in 2020.
Who are
Yeah, it's
who-
pretty
who's-
interesting.
Who's running?
Shout them out.
I know the only one that I can remember is Andrew
Yang.
Yang.
Yang gang.
Yang gang.
Yang gang.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember this year or previous year was the election year for Kentucky. I remember not Mitch. I remember Matt Bevins political ads that you just send out in the mail, like, "Hey, I'm a Republican. Please vote for me." And that's
Yeah, and then Andy Bashir won.
Yeah.
And I mean, Matt Bevin lost, and we know whose fault that is.
Yeah, I just always thought it was funny because he was like, "Hey, I am a Republican. Trump likes me. You will vote for me, please."
And then didn't Trump say
People,
like,
everything's
didn't
just
like
based
him?
on parties now. That's what it is.
Pretty much. I think it was just
And
funny because
party leaders too. Like if you can gain the support of Trump.
Yeah.
I think he knew that he had lost a lot of support, especially with like all the education cuts, I believe, that were going on. There's a lot of big stuff, so I don't think he had much else he could run on. I don't know if he had any personal like policies that didn't deviate at all from like the regular Republican Party type
I don't think
things.
So, no.
But I'm not sure Andy Bashir had any too different ideas. Anyway.
So what else about these ads?
Back to what we were talking about.
In a post on Facebook's newsroom, they said, quote, "We have based ours on the principle that people should be able to hear from those who wish to lead them, warts and all, and that what they say should be scrutinized and debated in public. As many of you know, Facebook acquired Instagram in 2012, so this policy is the same on Instagram as well."
I can't believe it was that long ago.
Yeah, I was surprised when I looked that up.
Wait, 2012?
2012,
8 years ago.
And now they're just putting the logo on the...
Yeah, I know. I thought it was like
Really?
2016
Well, you're an Android.
But they probably wanted to keep
When
it
they-
like,
on the DL.
Sorry.
yeah.
But like,
Because then they didn't. Okay, this is completely apart from what we're talking about. When did Instagram add that Facebook thing from Facebook?
You mean like...
I just noticed it recently.
Yeah,
it's
every
pretty
time you
recent.
open it now, it's like right underneath the main logo.
I honestly
Yes.
thought it was a really recent
Oh.
thing. 'Cause
Well,
they hadn't-
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because you have an Android, but... Okay.
so yeah.
derogatory.
So-
This
Derogatory-
podcast is going to be derogatory.
This
This kid's derogatory.
This podcast is brought to you by Derogatory. Word of the day.
Word of the day is derogatory.
What is the definition?
Hey Siri, what is the definition of derogatory?
Derogatory means showing a critical or disrespectful attitude.
Yeah. Basically.
Thank you, Siri.
You got it.
All right,
I believe him.
so there are a few things we should
This
discuss
podcast is
about
also going to
this.
feature Siri.
First off,
We're sponsored by Apple, actually.
You want to keep talking over people?
all right. First off, what do you guys think is the best approach, or is there like a better one? You think? Because to get rid of
We
political
both-
advertising altogether is an extreme.
I mean, since we both breathed in, we had something to say, so I'll let you take the floor.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I didn't have anything too specific to add. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't like political ads. I don't like ads in general. Yeah. I'd rather not see them than see them. I usually don't choose my candidates based on an ad I see on Instagram or Facebook. I don't use either of those, in fact. But I think in general, it just seems like they don't want to cut off that avenue of monetization. Like they don't want to drop that avenue of revenue.
I mean, what they put into it, the message could be bad.
Yeah.
Like there's ads where they I wouldn't say slander, but they just throw dirt at their opponents.
Yeah.
yeah, like the whole thing is you don't learn any more about the person. You just learn bad things about their
You
opponent.
either learn like what they're going to do or the negatives of their opponent.
Yes. And that's definitely something I can see. Like, I feel like political ads are just annoying.
I've never
base
known a person that was swayed by a political ad.
That's something I was thinking of, but I feel like there are some people who are affected
There must
by
be.
ads.
Like,
Ads must
yeah,
be
there has to be.
effective
There
in
must
some
be.
way.
Like if they spend all that money, like
Yeah.
It must be
doing
effective.
something.
I feel like the only effectiveness is when they're like throwing dirt on their opponent, saying like, "Hey, they advocated for this and this and this."
I know I've seen Facebook especially is really bad for this. It spreads misinformation because they'll have like a title of some kind of article and nobody clicks on it, so they just read it and say, "Wow, that's true." I've seen this with a lot of relatives, older people that kind of live on Facebook. So I feel like from that
is
avenue,
one thing that I wanted to talk about.
Really?
So Facebook, I mean, I don't think many people under the age of 30 really use Facebook. And I know that people who do use Facebook, they are really swayed by the things that they see. And they believe, like, they'll just read the, headline and they'll just, like, take it as fact. And so you see, like, all these opposing things on Facebook. And so I wonder, like, I feel like people our age are mostly on Twitter. I mean, you guys might not be, but
I don't have a
I am
Twitter.
on Twitter a
It's
lot.
pretty
Yeah,
big.
Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. That's
Yeah.
kind of our
Yeah. Facebook's kind of an
millennial
older age.
Yeah.
apps.
So I wonder, like, what role that will play. Like with Facebook promoting these ads.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
have you ever seen the subreddit r/8 The Onion? It's based off of The Onion, which is like the satirical website / newspaper, and you'll see people actually like sharing those like articles on Facebook saying like, wow, can you believe this, when it says like Donald Trump has like 4 eyes or something. And yeah, like it'll say something like that is outrageous, that is meant to be like satirical, like there's no way people are going to believe this, and then people believe it,
Yeah.
and then share it, and other people are like, wow, that's crazy.
People will believe anything, and I think that's why removing these kind of ads is important.
Yeah.
I think for the avenue of like politics, it's really important. Overall, obviously, other ads are going to fill that void. Other misleading and ads that take over that opportunity are going to pop in.
And it's like a big issue is like the point is to like spread information about like the candidate and like what their goals are, so people know that. And like that's like noble, and like that's like critical to like democracy and like our form of government. But like the problem is that people spread misinformation and they use it for, and it's just like a balance of like, are you going to take that away? Are you going to like limit that amount of like I wouldn't go as far as saying like free speech, but like being able to do that? Or are you going to just allow free reign and have people like that abuse the system?
And I'm sure much less people are going to click on just a boring like neutral ad that says these are the pros and cons of each person. But I don't know, it is kind of a scummy way to run a campaign, but everybody does it seems, almost. Or at least I won't say everybody, because usually ads are targeted, so you only get the stuff that you yourself want to see. So it's always kind of like your own bubble that you're viewing the internet from.
Well, I do have an opinion from one previous Facebook user. So the quote is, so disappointed that hashtag Mark Zuckerberg values profit more than truthfulness that I've decided to delete my @Facebook account. I know this is a big who cares for the world at large, but I'll sleep better at night. Hashtag patriotism over profits, says actor Mark Hamill. We want to know what you guys think.
Very loaded.
Wow.
I feel like I would be a greedy scumbag.
Today on the podcast, we're going to jump into some esports news. For those of you who don't know, 100 Thieves is an esports team founded in 2016. Just some quick facts for y'all. It was founded by Matthew Hatt, also known as Nadeshot, a former Optic Call of Duty player. It is co-owned by Scooter Braun and Drake.
The rapper?
Drake the rapper. Drizzy.
I'm sorry, this is a Travis Scott
Drizzy,
house.
as he's known.
Aubrey. On Wednesday, January 22nd, they unveiled their new headquarters. The new headquarters consists of competitive gaming practice rooms, streaming rooms, and podcast studios.
Hold on. Is Drake in it? Does he play games?
Oh.
Why does he own it? Wait.
I think he went on tour and they had like 100 Thieves set up. Like there was a setup.
Is he
that
like?
Drake
I feel like this is
used.
the most important part. Like, why is Drake a part of this?
Yeah. What happened to him and Ninja?
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if you know who Scooter Braun is, but like
No.
he's like
isn't he a music guy?
yeah, he's a music, like he's the one that like Taylor Swift is like battling with.
Oh yeah.
And he works with Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande.
Because
like-
his
like-
he owned her music or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
He's a pretty important guy.
Scott Samuel Scooter Braun is an American business person and record executive. He is nominated for a Grammy Award in 2016. Braun is also co-founder of the comic film studio Mythos Studios, along with Hollywood producer David Meisel, and co-owner of the esports team 100 Thieves. Yeah.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's from Wikipedia.
You should donate to Wikipedia.
Yes, please.
probably
We're gonna
should.
die
Yeah,
soon.
but if y'all haven't checked out the video, you should check out the headquarters because it's pretty nice.
Like,
And
so-
you should see their podcast studio. That would be the Fizz Kids podcast.
is that like
Is
is
that
that
the
what is it?
Is that in game for us?
I mean, it's just like
Nice.
money went into this. Like,
Well, I
good
mean, I'm
money.
sure.
is there like an estimate of like how much money was put into like this?
No.
A lot.
Give us a random number. Just throw one out there.
Yeah, just
I
say
have no
something
clue.
cool.
Okay, I know that this is the only thing I know. last year, Call of Duty decided to franchise its competitive league. And 100 Thieves used to have an esports team for Call of Duty, but they had to drop it. And I think it's because they already spent a bunch of money on this, and it's $25 million to have a team in Call of Duty esports, which is ridiculous.
Wow. Where did you see the pictures of it at?
They had a video released.
Oh,
nice. So, like, did these people know each other before? I guess I understand Drake and the Scooter Boy.
But basically, Nadeshot made tons of money. Okay.
Yeah, Nadeshot was good, right? Like, he was a big name,
and he made a bunch of money. And I really just have to credit him. He's been a good businessman, and he has a lot of good people on his team.
Yeah. He streams, right?
That's what he does now. But I mean, also they have like merch drops, and I mean they sell out like literally like less than a minute.
Yeah,
like instantly.
I feel like merch just kind of sells out or sells based on the names attached more than anything these days.
I mean, they do make good stuff.
I'm sure it looks good.
I mean their most popular thing though is a white hoodie that just says 100 Thieves right here, but it's nice. It's a nice hoodie.
Nice.
Yeah. Give us a price on that.
I mean, I'm sure it's expensive.
I was gonna say, is it
like 100 big ones?
Like 100 with the shipping.
Yeah. I'm sure it resells for more than that now, though, right? Mm-hmm. Is it still in stock, or is that like a sold out item?
It's sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, sold out. Literally nothing stays.
It's from StockX. It
$104.
Yeah, $104.
Wow.
Yeah,
but that's only for
the item, not
size large.
Oh,
interesting.
So
is this like a new team that's put together?
Yeah, 2016. So I mean, 2016 is when it's founded, but it took them a while to like.
Get
I mean, they went. You know, like the mob. You know of them. They joined 100 Thieves. It has. I don't know if you guys know a J456, Valkyrie. Courage JD, those guys are on there. I don't know if you know any of them.
They're pretty big. Courage Valkyries.
They're pretty big streamers.
Are they big streamers?
Yeah, and they have a Counter-Strike team, a League of Legends team.
Like they're
they did win some Call of Duty championships, but like I said, they had to drop that. I think it's just because like Call of Duty should not be like charging. Like
$25 million.
Yeah.
Was Drake in this from the beginning?
Drake joined around the end of 2018.
Okay, I
a
haven't heard
big
of this
deal.
at all. That's
yeah. I said on Wednesday, January 22nd, they unveiled their new headquarters, and the headquarters was created in partnership with Cash App. And Cash App is a mobile payment service created by Square. And as mentioned before, the CEO of Square is Jack Dorsey. So watching the unveiling video was pretty cool, seeing streamers and competitive gamers celebrating side by side with the CEO of Twitter, which is pretty big and a big step for esports, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even Drake being, a co-owner of
why is all the clothes and stuff so expensive? It seems like this 100 Thieves tricolor hoodie, the one that's red, white, and black, goes for like twice as much as the white one does.
Really?
Yeah, the tri-colored one with the three colors goes for like $400.
The white one they re-released because it was so popular, so I think that there's more of that out there. The tricolor was just one drop so far.
It's probably sold out.
Yeah. I wonder why. Is it just that has that much?
Yeah, I don't like the way that people do merch now. Like they just drop it. I know that it's so hard to get.
Yeah.
I know that there was one thing that happened like similar, like with Shane Dawson. His merch sells out in makeup. Yeah. His makeup line with Jeffree Star and his merch sells out in literally like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. Like the website that they sell it off of crashes because of the amount of sales that flood in when he drops new merch.
Have you guys ever bought any merch like a drop like that?
No, but I had to buy my girlfriend the makeup kit when it dropped. Yeah. And I had to wait in like a waiting line when it dropped because of the amount of sales it flooded in.
Yeah, he only dropped the one, wasn't it? Just like a big collab.
Yeah, there was like a miniature palette with like 9 colors in it, and then like a larger palette with like maybe 18 colors in it, I would say. I don't know the exact number, but like both of them released at the same time along with like some hoodies and stuff, and I wasn't able to get any of the other stuff but the large makeup box, and then I had to wait for the next stock to get the smaller one because they both sold out in probably the first one, the first drop that they ever dropped sold out in probably less than a minute. It was that bad.
I know there was a lot of hype going into it. Kaylee was talking a lot about it.
Yeah.
They had a whole series leading up to it. It was definitely a big thing. But
yeah, it was definitely a huge thing. And Jeffree Star and Shane have a huge fan base and everything too. Yeah. So you can.
I'm pretty sure merch is a really big source of income for a lot of streamers and people on YouTube.
You don't make as much off YouTube anymore.
Yeah, I know a lot of people plug merch a lot because they make a lot of profit from that.
I think that's also why it's kind of expensive too.
Yeah,
I think it's still kind of stupid that they sell out of everything so quickly. If you're a bigger, more popular person, you should be making enough to fulfill the amount of people that want it.
The way I think it should work, I think the drops are neat, but they need to have something that remains that they keep stocked, that you can always purchase.
You also need to stop. People need to implement a system of bots, because bots compared to if you are waiting for a drop to buy a certain product and then somebody else has 4 or 5 pork bots to go to that thing, those bots are gonna absolutely get it first before you do. It's the same thing works with toy drops and stuff like that. When people want a certain product, they upload a crap ton of bots into the website. So they buy it before anybody else can get to it. And then these people have 5 or 6 bots at a time loading into this thing. So they get a bunch of the stock and then they resell it on eBay for higher profit. Which I believe that that's a scalper move. Which a scalper is a person who hoards all this really good product and then sells it for a profit that's insane. Yeah. I know that Shane Dawson's, the one hoodie that I was trying to get my girlfriend, the black one, it went from I think it was $60, and then the day it released, it went up to $350.
Wow.
It was expensive. And then you could tell that the scalpers were just they had a high stock, 30 plus items of just that one, and that they had to have bots to help them to do that. Yeah. And a lot of people are really hesitant with bots because they're afraid that because you have to put in all your information for those things to process and to get your order to you and whatever. So it's I just think that's that's very unfair to the consumer base of people who actually want a shot at getting the merch to actually wear it or to have it or whatever. Instead of selling it for a profit.
I mean, you'd think it'd be pretty easy to stop that. Just add a CAPTCHA too.
But see, all these creators are just using. I'm pretty sure I would like to know the actual website name, but I'm pretty sure the majority of the content creators that are on YouTube use one dedicated website.
MetaThreads is a popular one.
Yeah, MetaThreads, Shopify, certain things like that don't care about any of the
I think
bot things.
Concert tickets are a similar thing. Yeah, right? They get scalped really quickly.
The whole bot thing needs to be stopped. It's very annoying to people who actually want the product.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think back to the. Did you not? Oh, okay. Back to the. You were talking about how they do it in drops. It's probably just a product of how ordering these kinds of products works, because they probably have to pick a factory, and most likely China or something, depending on if they source it from a lot of people say, "Oh, I source this more." What's the term? They say this is
more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, more friend. I mean, more just labor friendly. It's not sourced from some shady place in China. It's labor from some factory that we know is not hiring child workers or whatever. Something like that. And order. One big shipment at a time, since they aren't a big retailer.
Another big thing. You go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Right.
Typically, the some of the merch that I've gotten in the past from past people with drops and stuff, I've kind of noticed that the quality of the product is good. But it's just because certain things this is me being a simp again, but Pokimane, I bought a couple of Pokimane's things when she dropped them, and those sold out really quick, and they're not bad. Quality, they're actually good quality. They're worth the price that you paid for them.
What did you buy?
The tricolor hoodie that I haven't wore yet, and then the blue hoodie that says her name. I just enjoy her like.
Are you gonna frame?
You know
it?
what? She does have good merch.
But like she hasn't dropped any merch since that point, except for that little figurine that she has, and I
don't really
bought
know.
that.
But
Hey, you're Fortnite.
but I think like the thing with like drops instead of just having like a store where you sell them like a Redbubble account or whatever it is.
They also need to kind of like have where they don't. Creators and content and people that want to drop merch do not need to put a time. You don't put a time, you don't have scalpers.
Well, see, here's the thing though, like it like if you have like supply drops, okay, like a drop, like a merch
With
drop,
a scar in it and a
yeah.
sniper rifle.
If you have like a merch drop
Yeah.
and you like build up to it, you're gonna create more supply and demand for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you can sell it for like a higher profit, and more people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
create a hype
absolutely.
for it. And
I
I
mean-
think it's just easier to buy it in bulk and like you just
Yeah,
say,
that
I
too.
want this kind of order, especially if you don't know how many you're gonna sell.
You're
I mean,
basically in more money. For
there's
it.
only so much. Like you have to probably. I'm gonna say you have to pay to store these things once you get them, so it's much easier to just hype them up, sell them out as fast as you can get them in, and then it's a lot less.
I mean,
logistics.
When I've tried to buy merch from like some artists, like rappers and like songwriters and all that, I've noticed that they usually have like a limit on how much you can buy.
Yeah.
When you check out.
like limit to one per customer.
One per customer. So even if you have multiple accounts, like at most you're getting like what 5 or 6, unless you're.
That's the same thing with the bots. They just implement. They have a bunch of accounts that are
Yeah.
all fitted with bots.
And I
Yeah.
guess that helps with like bots, like botting.
It
a
helps
little
it.
bit.
It makes it more tedious for them, but it like
Yeah.
doesn't like outright.
I mean,
don't
the
understand
people
why
who are
they-
selling aren't complaining though.
Yeah, I
They're
mean-
selling their products.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like they're getting.
I don't understand why they can't use something like a CAPTCHA that's been around for so long.
I'm pretty sure that
Well,
there's
see,
certain
passes CAPTCHA.
I mean, I'm
because-
sure there are some that can.
like the example of. What was that?
It's 14 minutes.
Okay, we'll go ahead. I was about to say that like Funko, for example, they have a CAPTCHA, and anytime they drop like that big boy, I had to be like instantly on it because it sold out like the minute that it was on the
were there
website.
scalps from that?
Yes.
or was
Oh
it-
my God. Okay.
Or did people just
not too
buy
long
as many
ago?
as they could?
Not too long ago. When Funko releases an
2
item, like a figurine,
Yeah.
they'll in some instances they'll put next to it like limited stock, only 700 available, and then they'll drop that item, and you literally can sit here and refresh the page like 2 seconds after they're gone.
Hi, welcome back to the Fizzcast. So, on to gaming news. There was a leak for the Xbox Series X developer kit, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, why don't you tell me more? I'm intrigued.
Well, it came up on my Google feed. It was like
Okay.
new Xbox Series. Yeah, that's right. I use Google.
What were you telling me today about the port?
use
About this port thing on the Xbox?
Yeah. So, the Xbox Series X, like the dev console, I guess, leaked, and it doesn't have the cable pass-through on it. So now you can't because with the original Xbox, you could hook up your cable. You could hook up your
The original Xbox One?
the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox 2.
When you said
X-
the original Xbox, I was about to say.
I was thinking of
wait,
the
no.
actual original Xbox.
No, the Xbox One, the original Xbox One, the big black brick.
Okay.
Okay, I think maybe the white ones.
Okay, now we have to restart.
No, it's fine.
No, he emphasized it so much. He
the
was like,
big
yeah,
black-
the big black brick.
All right, let's restart.
No, it's fine.
No,
keep
no,
going.
no,
Keep
No,
running.
it's not.
Start.
That's not.
That's
That's
not.
not. That's
Let's
not.
keep it
Cut
running.
that out.
Keep it running.
Do not listen
we
to
can't,
him.
We can't help
Let's
Andrey's
ask
racism.
the audience, should we cut
His
this
inherent-
out, or should we leave this in?
Cut that.
Vote in the comments
Okay,
below.
the intro needs to be.
Welcome back to the Fizzcast. So, in gaming news, there was a leak on the Xbox Series X, and now it does not. The image was leaked, and it shows that there's no TV pass through on the new console.
There's no what?
So what does that entail?
So, with the Xbox One, like the Xbox One to the Xbox One X, the latest consoles,
yes.
you could like hook up an HDMI signal to the Xbox and basically control your TV, I think, through the Xbox.
Yeah. You.
Oh.
It would take an HDMI input,
Mhm.
and so you would have a TV app, and when you click on the TV app, it just filters through whatever you're like watching on the TV.
Oh,
There was a slight delay. I tried playing an Xbox 360 through it. It did not work.
Okay.
But I think for TV it worked pretty well.
My
as long
sister
as
got
you-
an Xbox One and I plugged my PS4 into it so I could just play both. The same thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Was there a delay?
No.
Really?
I don't think it was.
I had a delay. Maybe I'm just dumb though.
Like, I know.
Maybe
Okay,
the new
I'm
ones.
gonna use
have
Andrey
delay.
as an example. His TV downstairs doesn't have enough HDMI ports, I guess. So what he does is he hooks up his Switch.
Xbox One, and then we use the OneDrive application, or it's not OneDrive.
Whatever it
Sorry,
is.
One Guide, and you're able to click on it, and it uses the one of the HDMI ports that are on the back of the Xbox and outputs to the Nintendo Switch, and then it inputs into the Xbox, and the Xbox is the one that's casting it onto the TV.
That's really interesting. When I tried that with the first launch, I suppose, the 2013 original Xbox One, I felt like I had latency issues when I tried that with an Xbox 360.
Wow.
Perhaps they fixed that, or maybe it was just the cables I was using.
That's possible.
It
Anyway.
is a nice feature though to be able
Yeah.
to because you can play two consoles with just clicking that application.
But now that's gone.
But now that's gone. I think it's removed basically because a lot of people are straying away from cable TV.
according to this leak, it's gone.
I'm sorry,
According
what?
to
What?
it wasn't a lot of
One
people.
Guide has been removed on all consoles.
No. The
With
the
the
new-
new one.
the
new
port.
one.
The
My
new
bad.
console.
on the new
I misinterpreted that.
the new dev console
I mean,
was leaked.
the old Xbox One, they system in some ways, and I know that kind of had a backlash. Like the core gamer audience or whatever was kind of marketed more with Sony. They were trying to tap into that when Xbox was trying to go like the full entertainment center route, and we see how that worked out.
But
Not very well.
I feel like Microsoft is trying to move away from that, and the leak basically showed that there's no Kinect port. So whoever still uses the Kinect will not be able to on the new console.
Oh, really?
Do you all remember when the Kinect was really popular, and then all of a sudden you don't hear a single thing about Kinect
I think
anymore?
it seemed really cool, but I was also young when it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I have a Kinect because I bought the $500 console.
Well, now like
I never used it though. Really.
VR is just like better than.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
yeah, I mean they've.
I used to connect once, and it was like it just barely worked.
the calibration on it was horrible.
Yeah.
The only two experiences I have with the Kinect is I saw a video of some guy playing a Kinect game and he accidentally hit his daughter in the face. And the second one was I think they used it in one of the Paranormal Activity movies
Yeah.
to show the ghost like running
Yeah, it
around.
had like the
Well,
dots.
they-
yeah.
That was really
A
cool.
lot of
actually.
ghost hunters actually use it to like detect motion.
Oh really?
The
They
text-
just kind of like mess around with the Kinect and they're like now we see ghosts.
supposedly
I
it
think,
sees ghosts.
like,
yeah.
At one point, indie developers were using it to like model movement because I think they had released
too,
tools
yeah.
for it, right?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
See, I feel like the Kinect has many uses,
Yeah.
but rather if they're going to come out with a new one that uses USB, maybe,
As a piece of
which like
technology,
probably is not going to happen because no one's going to buy it.
for what it was pretty niche, even though it was marketed to like a mass audience. For what it was marketed as, VR has far surpassed it.
Yeah.
The technology is just much better than, acting out your movements or whatever. I guess the Switch still kind of.
Let's just
goes
hope we
for
get
that.
a Minecraft skinned Xbox.
Yeah.
The new one.
Minecraft.
How many bundles have we had with the Xbox where the colors have changed every time? How many bundles?
There's
I
a
wonder how many
bunch of them.
bundles
There's a lot of
have
them.
actually
I mean-
released because it seems like every bundle,
Every game that comes,
every
new
game that
AAA
the
game comes
Xbox
out.
is bundled with, the colorway of the Xbox is different.
mean,
but that's not
It's pretty
really an
interesting,
important
at least.
topic.
Yeah.
To,
I'd rather have more interesting releases, I guess.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I'm gonna go
Minecraft.
out and buy them, but
Yeah.
it's just
Minecraft 2.
why not?
yeah, Minecraft 3, Minecraft
If there's a
4,
market for them, which I'm sure there
Minecraft
is.
Terraria,
It's cool to look
Otherworld.
at.
Rest in peace. Speaking of
Rest in peace,
Terraria-like
Logan.
games, Stardew Valley has sold more than 10 million copies.
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I saw the.
Has anyone here played Stardew
I
Valley?
play it religiously.
Really?
I think it's on sale on Humble
Really?
Bundle right
Yeah,
now.
something like that.
I have it, but
Well,
I
Terraria's
installed
half
it
off
and then
right now.
uninstalled
Yeah,
it.
saw that.
Terraria is like always half off though.
Yeah.
So, what is Stardew Valley like?
It's a farming game. Like it's like
It's essentially like almost exactly like Terraria. It just has different aspects in it. Like
It's like,
certain things are
what's
changed.
Is there bosses?
It's like Harvest Moon, basically.
Oh, okay. Please
Yeah.
tell me what the harvest is.
I don't think there is bosses. There isn't any bosses.
There's no bosses in like
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
It's just
basically
It's just like farming. It's supposed to be relaxing.
it's
isn't it?
basically
kind
like
of-
a relaxing farming game.
Okay.
Like you can like mine, you can farm, you can. It's
there-
basically to make.
You can
it-
marry
just
someone,
waste
right?
your
Yeah, you can
time,
marry. You
waste
can
your
marry a
time.
guy.
It's a game
Yeah.
you play when you're sick.
Not a girl.
I can
Yeah,
personally.
actually, yeah. When you're sick in bed and you're like,
Can you have kids?
yeah,
What?
Did
you can have kids.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like, you're still talking about Stardew Valley. Just like, can you have kids?
Yes, in Stardew Valley. you
Does
can
your
have kids.
respiratory?
how many kids can you have before it like hard limits
like
you?
3.
I don't
then
know.
you got to
I
quit
haven't
playing the
got
games
that
you
far
got to
in
take
the
care
game,
of them.
like-
Is it like a big game then? I know it's really popular.
well, they
I've
just
seen
came
a lot.
out with a new content update in like
Oh.
November, and then it just came out on console for December. I'm pretty sure.
I think I saw that. It's like very few developers, right?
Yeah, light just went out.
You're right.
Oh,
Oh, the light's blinking. I think that's the ghost of the ambulance passenger we heard earlier.
We need to connect to make sure.
We need to connect.
Hang on. You all keep talking. I'll fix it.
It's back
But-
on. It's
but
back on.
essentially,
back on.
it's a real.
No, not that
Yeah,
one.
I know, but-
So-
Essentially, it's a really chill game where
Yeah.
you can just.
Is it
go
on
around
sale right
and
now?
farm. It probably is on the Steam Lunar
Is
sale,
it,
which is our next segue.
Yeah. Well, similar to that is
Okay.
Animal Crossing, right? Animal Crossing.
You
is
just-
like- if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
right?
it comes out.
Well, Andrey just blocked the shot completely.
Yeah, just
it comes out.
He
on
just
March.
walked-
So
It just started.
it just
a
started
few days ago or today,
what is
right?
it? What is it? Why is it called the Lunar Sale?
because
It's the
Because
Chinese
Chinese
New
New
Year.
Year.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was that?
The Rocket League is
Is that
doing.
today?
I'm sorry.
Yesterday.
I'm
I just
slow.
Did I just deleted my notes?
It's fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
yeah,
it
yeah.
because we
Rocket
know
League also has a lunar event.
the Chinese New Year event where you can get the red envelopes and exchange them for
Everything.
ours.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. You know.
I'm getting
Gaming
better.
videos.
I played
I suggest
last
we all
night,
buy
so-
webcams. We all need to buy webcams.
We all need
Yes.
to get the recording set up.
We need
figured out.
some capture cards.
Maybe y'all, if
Capture
y'all
cards?
are on the Patreon, we need your
That's
money.
not being created yet,
Yeah.
but you know,
Get on
it's,
the Reddit.
it's on the back burner.
Yes. Yes.
Get on the Reddit and just hang out. I guess.
Yeah,
that'd
just
probably be
rewatch our
cool.
videos. We'll
some
reload the
comments,
page, and we'll eventually get monetized.
We need
Related to
subscribers.
Rocket League, we have somebody that we were going to shout out today.
Oh.
If somebody
Are we
wants to
saving
handle
that for
that.
later or right now?
Well, we're talking about Rocket League.
I mean, Rocket League. There's like a particular streamer.
Well, 3 of us participated in a tournament last night for Rocket League. Oh, wait. Not 3 of us. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chris
2.
wasn't there.
I was asleep.
2 of us
Sadly.
plus Andrew. But
Yeah,
Andrew is our forgotten
Andrew.
Fizz kid.
Andrew is the forgotten Fizz kid who was actually part of the original Fizz Kids, but has decided not to be a part of the videos until we start getting famous, and then he will join in and try to ride on our coattails.
And he will get little shit.
all right, so you want to shout him out?
Yeah, shout out to Knoxerator. You can find him on Twitch. You know, he
We'll
used
link
to.
him.
Yeah, we'll link him.
Link to Twitch and Twitter.
He was a few of ours. I don't know if you guys had him, but he used to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
Our math teachers. You know,
I have seen his stream though.
He taught
Yeah,
me
he streams
photography.
Tuesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern
Midnight.
Standard Time to midnight.
yeah, around that time. But you know, he used to be some of our math teacher. He helped me get into like loving calculus. So you know, shout outs to him. He's a streamer now, along with his day job, I believe. So you know, check him out too. Hi, Mr. Knox.
Hello.
I'm sorry that I didn't do good in your tournament yesterday. I lost to that one guy.
We both lost first round.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. So next up, rivaling with Animal Crossing is Doom Eternal, which comes out in March 20th. Two different genres of games.
Yes.
Doom Eternal is definitely going to be Doom itself is a really good game, and then having a continuation of Doom is perfect.
Had some good music in the old
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
So is that a sequel to the 2016 Doom?
I'm almost positive it is. I haven't really done a lot of research on it, but
I would.
it's closed me in so much that I'm probably gonna have to get the collector's edition.
Wow.
What's the collector's edition?
But it comes with a helmet for cosplay, and
Are you gonna cosplay?
no, I'm not gonna cosplay. I think an entire Doom armor costs like $3,000.
That's
That
why
like
you
lights
just-
up and everything.
That's why you just wear the helmet.
Is
and
it
then
is
have,
the helmet like a
green
one
shirt
size
from the old-
fits all?
It's a one size fits all, but it's like it's not a cheap helmet for what you have to.
Is it like adjustable?
I'm almost yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
almost
that's good.
positive.
Because if it's one size fits all, like what if you have a small head? Yeah, it
I
sucks.
mean, you probably got to be a strong boy to cosplay as that.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, you can
gotta
be scrawny and just walk around
mean,
like
you
this.
can't-
We are not
You just
shaming
kinda-
cosplayers.
You just
Yeah.
I just feel like
All
the
right, well,
aesthetic
back
would be
back
there.
away from the collector's edition. The Doom, this continuation of the game, I'm very excited for because I enjoyed playing through the first game, and it's kind of like Doom has this aspect of when you do something in the game, like fight monsters or something, it will include this extremely hard rock music
Yeah.
to help you feel good about what you're doing and killing all these monsters. So
Yeah.
it's a very like exhilarating game.
Yeah,
in a
I feel
sense.
like the whole vibe you get
Yeah.
from that is just.
It
I
definitely
guess
and
it's
it,
really
Doom
good.
is more has a lot of puzzles and stuff in it and secrets. So there's a crap ton of other things you can do besides having the main gameplay.
Interesting.
So it is, but Doom Eternal definitely does look like it's going to be a very good game.
Yeah.
I will be picking it up. I will be picking up the collector's version.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I will wear the helmet
Let's do an
for another
unboxing
podcast.
of the collector's edition.
Okay,
Unboxing video.
Yeah, we'll do the
That'd be
unboxing
cool.
video in ASMR style with all of us in it.
Can we bring back Eyes Optic? Back to Doom Eternal. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
I've never played a Doom.
All right.
I just wanted to
Okay.
put that
I
out
just,
there.
I just think it's going to be a good continuation.
Series are
Yeah.
gonna be-
Everybody has had positive reviews of
Yeah.
the trailer and the E3
I mean,
release and everything.
I feel like 2016 really brought like a revamp to the series, and it's positive. Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic series, right? The first game was
NES.
huge, but it was a
I think.
long time.
No, it was
NES.
PC. I thought.
The first Doom was a Nintendo.
Was it? I don't know.
No, I didn't think so.
I don't think so.
It was a computer game.
I
thought
think
it was
you
a computer
controlled it
game.
with keyboard, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't have up and down, so you just shot
Uh huh.
back when they didn't really have those controls.
First release was in 1993. Wow. I feel like that was definitely a computer game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. Maybe I'm thinking.
Was it like a DOS game? What was 1993?
Windows 93, right?
Oh God,
Yeah, that year.
you're right.
No,
I mean,
I'm being
obviously
serious.
before any of our time, but
Uh huh.
Yeah. But
Okay.
speaking of
Game.
waits, something that people are going to have to be waiting a little longer for. Isn't that right?
Cyberpunk 2077, which has been delayed to September something that I did not get the date for.
yeah.
But it's September
Of 2020.
2020.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure.
is
Hopefully.
what was that, like a 3-month wait? Like they pushed it back 3 months?
It was supposed to be out around Animal Crossing in
Yeah.
April. I remember it used to be
It was
April.
supposed to be like the biggest.
It has now
month
been pushed back
games.
5 months to September, exactly on September 17th of 2020.
I don't know how
The
to count.
reason-
I just
See,
realized.
I feel like that's a good thing because same with Animal Crossing, they push back the date so they can get more stuff into the game and also so the developers are less stressed.
Yeah.
And I think
I
that's
saw
what
that
they're
They're
doing.
releasing Funko
the game's
Pop as this, too.
finished, but they
Funko
just want to
Pop.
like fix and
Polish
make sure
it.
that
Yeah, it's
polish
just
it.
polishing, but
Yeah.
it helps like
Which
the
is nice.
It helps
I
the
like
developers
that.
also have like a quality of life to where they're not working like overtime, working themselves to death to push this game out in a few months.
I mean, for how hyped the game is, it really
Typically,
probably
these bigger
needs-
games are having
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
delays.
Yeah, I feel like that's better because I mean, same with like No Man's Sky, how like the game was
Yeah.
like pushed and like released earlier. Not released early, but it was
released on their times. I think it was delayed, but it was still released unfinished.
But yeah, it was
Yes.
released unfinished,
And there was
instead
so much backlash against them. And then like the game now I've heard is like people actually enjoy playing.
Two, the EA
Uh-huh.
game. Both of those have kind of come back from that initial
Yeah.
like backlash. I guess they've
Yeah, EA had
Like,
backlash from
yeah.
Microsoft.
No Man's Sky is essentially a different game.
I
now
never got
than
to
it
play
was on
that.
release.
I thought it looked interesting, but what
but-
was No Man? What was that?
it's like
It was
you're able
really,
to-
really hyped game.
It was supposed to be like procedurally
No,
generated.
what was it? Like
infinite universe. of
procedurally
planets.
generated like planets where you would go and just explore the planets. There'd be like procedurally generated like monsters,
There's-
animals, and like stuff on there.
Supposed to
it's
be
a
like really
survive-
cool.
Yeah, it was
Basically,
like
yeah.
survival. And it was
Yeah.
supposed to be like you could have like infinite like replayability because
and
every
people still like it.
Every-
It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like the same universe, like everybody was in the same universe, and you could technically find each other. But as the launch window started getting closer and closer, that kind of edged away from that, And then on launch, they realized that there is no multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
basically, it didn't live up to expectations, and I feel like that's like a good thing that game developers now are like seeing that mistake, or being like, "Hey, we don't want to release an unfinished game. We want to finish the game and then release."
Does the game?
They
anticipated?
it's back up to where it was anticipated to be, plus more.
But
So-
like they still had like the initial backlash,
yeah.
so like that probably pushed away some people who would have bought it.
well,
Like personally, me, yeah, like
I never bought it.
I still haven't bought it. Like
I
thinking
was
about buying
interested in it, and then I saw what happened, and I haven't bought it.
I mean, there are a lot of people, like I'm sure you can find them on Reddit in some kind of gaming forum of your choice, that will say that the game is really good now. I think just from the shady practices of the developers on launch, I just wouldn't want to buy it. I mean, they straight up were not telling people that there was no multiplayer.
Yeah.
I remember a quote he said, with so much like space, I guess, like with all these infinitely generated like planets, there's like such a small, I don't know how big, but he said there's such a small chance of meeting, like of two people meeting, that it's almost impossible. And in the first week, 2 streamers. So it's just weird how you can try and, I guess, lie directly to tons of people. Like say, no, you can definitely, find each other. It's not gonna happen.
And also, I think it was also due to they had like really bad working conditions or something too.
I mean, that was a really small studio that was.
It was an indie studio.
It was an indie studio that was picked up by Sony, if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Wow. Did you watch
Hello Games, I believe.
the documentary on it too?
I did not watch that.
Okay, that's you know who else watches Linus Tech Tips? Our sponsor. No, I'm joking. Linus Tech Tips is thinking about retiring.
Do you watch him?
I do watch him sometimes.
I've seen the memes about him, but I haven't watched any of his videos.
So essentially, he has his like one of the bigger tech channels.
He
on
just
YouTube.
hit 10 million this week.
Yeah.
10 million subscribers.
So
He primarily is doing like is he doing like mainstream tech, or is he basically on the
he does
building
a lot
PC?
of mainstream tech. He like does graphics card and CPU.
techs basically.
Mm-hmm.
He started as like I think a basic like tech reviewer.
Yeah.
Like he worked for NCIX, I guess.
Why?
And he did.
Why is he considered retired?
Well, see. So he's like built up like his own like corporation and like studio and stuff. So he has other people with him now. But basically,
Isn't YouTube his number one source of income?
Yeah.
Well,
so why would you quit it?
YouTube and his
YouTube, and he owns a company. Like he has created a production company to produce these videos. And he's not the only content creator.
Is that right?
I know once you get a big enough following, people are like willingly
he's
able to help you make good videos.
Like
'Cause
he's like
you
the
can kind of
head.
tell through people that have that.
like us.
Yeah, like us. There's like 10 guys behind that camera right now. So
no, but so he's basically like the head, like the main person.
Yeah,
of
he's
it.
the head, and he was the main, I guess, face of a lot of the videos.
Yeah.
Up until recently, I think he's a
But
lot more people.
essentially, he did like a live stream, which is not like normal for him because normally like his videos are like high production, like studio quality. So it was just him in front of like basically a webcam doing a live stream, and what he said was that he was
spit it out.
yeah.
He's getting emotional.
So
Give him a second.
I am getting emotional. So the Make-A-Wish Foundation contacted him, and there was a kid or something who wanted to like rather meet Linus or like have Linus do something for him, and Linus basically all he could think about was that the kid's gonna die or
And
it got him really down basically, and he decided that he has to use his time accordingly, and that he wants to spend it better.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to spend it more with his wife and kids, I think. Essentially what he's saying. But he's not saying he's retiring, but he's not saying he's going to keep going because he has like a built-up company now.
Yeah.
And
There's
other
a team
people
that will still be able to like do
I
the
think-
things he's doing.
I think in recent videos, he's stated that he still has a lot of control over how the company runs, so he doesn't often take vacations.
Yeah.
And like I think what he did for maybe a week, and so everybody had to like take on different roles.
So when he's saying he's retiring, is he retiring from YouTube? I'm assuming he's not retiring from his company.
I don't think he's retiring from his company. He's just going to try to like
take a step back.
Take a step back.
Okay, this is apart from Linus, but isn't PewDiePie doing the same thing?
PewDiePie is like taking a break from YouTube. I don't think that the Linus Tech Tip videos will stop. I just don't think that
He
won't
won't
be.
He's not going to be in them all the time.
Yeah, but like PewDiePie. Did you know the King of Random? He passed away last year.
I've heard about that.
The King of Random, he got really big, but he quit doing the videos and had people, like there was other people who took his place.
Oh yeah,
but it was still his channel, his thing. But other people produced the videos.
Like he has like usually when he has like a video, he has like a person in it with him.
Yeah.
So like there's gonna be other people.
Yeah. I know the replacement because he wants to take. Yeah.
It's a whole.
Well,
I think
I think with his situation, it'll be much smoother because he already isn't in every video.
He's been transitioning now.
Yeah. He's like there have been other people taking control of the writing and the like they already have editors. They already have people working the camera. I think he said that he mainly wrote the videos and then like. I guess
was
did
the personality.
The camera. Like, yeah, it was the personality.
That's the only problem I could think of is that they might get like less of a following because he's the main personality behind the videos. Yeah. Like between his channel and like another tech YouTuber channel is like his personality basically.
Yeah, I mean his company name is just his name.
Yeah, he makes the videos fun. If you like,
if you like what his personality is. Yeah, I know there are some people that find it grating.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just comments.
Socks with sandals.
Yeah, he always wears socks with sandals.
I respect a man that does that. Speaking of videos, I believe someone has some gripes against a current video platform. But we'll get to those after this break.
All right, so welcome back, and I'm always ranting about one thing or another, and today I'm ranting about TikTok.
This is
of the platform because I know that I'm pretty sure TikTok is a Chinese. It wasn't invented by it's a Chinese
something
corporation.
Asian. I'm pretty sure
it used to be Musical.ly, and then it changed into TikTok.
Oh yeah,
it was just like a kind of like a revamp kind of thing.
Yeah,
I never did know. So Musical.ly doesn't exist anymore.
No, it's just TikTok.
Wow.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well,
interesting.
Anyways, what?
It got a lot more popular when it became TikTok.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
So you asked for our opinions, right?
Yeah.
Well, my opinion was, I remember when it first came out as TikTok, people were like, "Wow, this is so cringy. It's just like a bunch of like girls and like people like are just trying to get famous by like dancing and like basically just lip syncing to video." And then they're like, "Hey, this is pretty fun." So then you had all these people coming in and making memes, and then it became like this big thing now to where people are on it.
And then now all the novelty is gone.
Yes.
And I no longer like it anymore.
We'll see.
But
they were trying to reach the greatness of Vine, and if they did or not is up to you to decide.
I think it took a very different path from Vine for the most part. Like, there's not as many just skits on there. It seems like it seems the main.
It's a lot of
TikTok
reenactments.
TikTok is just reenact. It's like
it's based.
You just do some dance move.
Yeah.
And then they moved their things out.
I forget
they moved like they're like they moved to the States basically and like around the world, and then all these e-girls, like the e-culture
that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, the e-culture basically took over TikTok. From my point of view.
Is that where Belle Delphine came from?
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
See, this is the only thing that really starts to make me mad about the app. There are definitely people. There are definitely people on the app that are like what Logan was saying, that are like kind of creative when it comes to the video. It basically is like half of it is a Vine, like Vine coming back, and then the other half, which is making me really mad, is like my Instagram feed, I would like it to consist of like my interests and stuff like that. But it's like for some reason it seems like Instagram has like implemented this thing into it now where you can see like certain stories from certain profiles.
Yes.
And what I'm seeing all of the time is just these girls and guys that think they're so much better than everybody else that are dancing on this platform.
Do they tell you that themselves?
No, you can just tell that's what they're being hyped up to. Like
Okay.
I'm seeing this. This is no hate against anyone. I'm just saying that have you all been familiar with this Charlie D'Amelio character
No.
or on this app? It's the girl with the black hair that goes to about right here, the brown like brunette hair. Well, she's very, 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 very. She has a huge following on that app. And it's basically I like my feed. I would like it to be my interest, but it's like it's being berated by people that are dancing on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that gets to the point where it's like annoying.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's like I don't want to see this all the time, but it's like
Well, see that.
and they keep making it, and it's like pedophilia is something that should not exist.
What?
No, this
Go
is
on.
this is what I'm transitioning into.
Go on.
Pedophilia is being fueled by that app.
Oh, yeah.
In a sense, like in a lot, like it's being fueled to the point where it's going to get horrible because there are girls that are like younger than us,
underage girls,
younger than us that
And,
are
like-
like showing their like
Okay.
anatomy to the point where it's kind of insane.
Well, like, and not even then. It's just like there's an underage girl that's just like dancing, having fun, and then you'll have like the older people that come in and be like, "Wow, you're." And it's not even them like doing stuff that's like provocative. It's just them having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you have like these creepy people that are coming in and being like, "Wow, this is so sexy," and it's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely
And
it's
weird.
fueling pedophilia. That's what I'm saying. Like legitimately, some of the people that are on this that are like that. A lot of these people have huge followings are like 15, 16, 17, and 18. Like they're not even they're nowhere close to being like of age yet, and it's like they're gaining such a huge following, and you can imagine why they're getting such a huge following is because of just like what they're doing on the app. Because it's like, for example, today when I was
everyone
scrolling,
that follows them is like a pedophilia.
yeah, absolutely. I'm saying like just like, but that like a lot of people probably could be like in their fan base. There's a lot of people that are definitely probably older than the age of 20.
Yeah, but like just because they're older than 20 doesn't mean like they have like a romantic or sexual interest.
Yeah, I understand.
But
that,
like
I'm just saying.
but there are people that are doing that, of course.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like a large part of their following is people that are like, I like this person, I like that their dance moves, I like their skits and stuff. But there are the creepy people that are like gratifying, like objectifying these people that are
The
underage.
girl that you mentioned was on David Dobrik's like latest. Vlog.
She's gaining a huge following from that app.
Another big problem I see here is like all these Instagram accounts. They rather take like pictures or they like repost the thing.
Yeah.
It's
things
getting to
are
the
on
point where
TikTok.
it's like I don't even want to see that stuff
Yeah.
on my feed,
But-
and because I have no interest in it, I don't really care.
What they do though is that like they put it on Instagram for people to like thirsty boys
Yeah, for basically like people to like see that.
see
See
follow
that
and
stuff.
like, so they're profiting off the girls basically doing the dance moves.
Like for example, today when I was scrolling through Instagram, there's a girl that is on TikTok, and I have no knowledge of her name or anything like that, but I know she's popped up a bunch, and she does skits that are very, very, very like seductive, and she is young. She is like 16. Like there are a few girls on there who are very, very seductive when it comes to making TikToks. Like they're showing everything that a normal
Because they want
guy
to
would
get
want to
famous. Like they know.
Yeah,
that's
it's
gonna
just like
get
about
them
getting
something.
famous, I think.
yeah, and that is wrong. That's
TikTok,
fueling
it's
the
for
wrong
attention.
type of.
And see, the problem is that TikTok's not doing anything. I don't think they'll do anything against this.
Yeah, so TikTok's not controlling it. It's just that they're
profiting.
taking advantage.
They don't
Because
really-
they're profiting about it. They're
It's
profiting
kind
and
of
taking
a
advantage
similar
of it.
situation to YouTube, except they are a Chinese company. They don't have to follow the same rules that YouTube has to. YouTube now, you have to very specifically say whether or not you are making child
Yes,
content.
this is specifically
You can't
for
just
kids.
make
Very
content
specifically.
for like.
They're just
it's
making content that I believe. Like I'm not saying there's anything. Like I'm just saying it's wrong. Like if you think about it in a sense, it's kind of like that's kind of disgusting and wrong.
I've definitely seen like what you mean. I also think it's kind of hard to say like where's the limit for like these people are just trying to have fun with this app, and like how do we stop?
You can notice that
people
you can notice that some of like the songs that they're like the songs that they are playing in the background of TikTok are like almost have the sole purpose of like sex or doing something to one another, and it's like it involves something that is seductive.
There's a difference between seeking attention and doing it for fun, though.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's the
sure.
difference.
like the Vine portion of TikTok is what's fun, and there's people that are definitely like some of the TikToks I have found like really funny, and it's like I'm definitely getting Vine vibes from this app, and it's like it's enjoyable. But then there's certain things that are just kind of like, why is that?
Well,
why is somebody at this age doing this thing when they know that it's going to do something wrong?
My only experience with TikTok is from the subreddit TikTok cringe, which is just a mixture of either really funny videos like Vine-esque TikToks or really cringy ones where it's like 40-year-old women dancing to like Party in the USA and like awkwardly, and then like older guys just like breathing fire saying stop bullying. Experienced like this like trend of like these girls doing that.
Yeah, and
it just I don't know why it comes up on my feed so much. It's just like
I wonder why.
No, I don't follow. No, this is the thing. It's like I don't follow any accounts or do anything that should Instagram bases your search feed
Off of
with
demographics.
stuff that you enjoy.
Do you follow Pokimane on Instagram?
Yes,
There you
I
go.
follow Pokemon.
Found the answer.
Yeah, but no, but it's like I don't follow any like I don't even know like
TikTok
I only know
accounts.
these because
It's
of
just the
because of my
demographic
girlfriend showing me them. But it's like the lover sayings and stuff that's like designed for like relationship. Like the Instagram accounts that are made for relationships.
Yeah.
I guarantee you all have been sent 1 or 2 posts by your girlfriends that have ever done that. Not hitting towards that, but I'm just saying somebody has probably seen those at one point. And those are the accounts that if you follow them, they are the ones that are leading these different, because those are like a branch of those things. And they think if you're following the specific account that they're going to show you this content. Well, I have completely unfollowed every account that will show these types of things. But the TikTok girls still come into it. And it's kind of like that gets to the point where it's very annoying.
It might be your like friends' demographics as well.
That's
possible.
See, I don't know the algorithm behind it, but
yeah, I mean, when you get down to it, the motives for young people to do something, like they're probably not thinking, "Oh, I want to get famous from this." They probably think, "Oh, all my friends
Are you
are."
talking about this?
What?
Are you talking about that? Like there, where it just shows like random stuff. Because I don't know, like, what are these? Those are shoes. I don't care about shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, but yours does not... Okay, that's yours.
This is like an otter, like, touching a guy's lips. I don't know what that's about.
And then
some of it's, like, UFC stuff, which is, like, what I'm interested in. But then there's just this guy called Kyle.
So, I get recommended Big Chungus.
So, like, I don't really know. Like,
see, like this. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's literally a TikTok.
Show it to
these are like
Oh, there's Evie.
like
Oh,
this.
I don't want to see that.
I don't know why all this stuff like
Show
this.
it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
That's a Funko Pop.
It's for kids.
That's a Funko Pop.
I'll show this. Show this to you all.
Blur it out.
Wow.
Blur it out.
Okay.
See, I don't know why.
All
Because
right, I'm getting it too. I'm getting some females.
What?
No,
Okay.
that was-
Why is everybody saying okay? We're not going to cut any of this out.
Just looking at memes at this point.
Either way, back to TikTok. I think young girls aren't gonna think, "Oh, I'm gonna get famous from this." They probably think,
Well-
"Oh, all my friends make videos like this."
I mean, like, I think they're just trying to have fun.
Yeah, when you think about it, when you were in middle school, I'm sure you weren't like the most innocent person ever. It's just that these people have access to a platform that they think
I'm
they
not.
can
I'm
share
not.
this
Yeah,
with
but
their friends.
okay, you all are like
and
saying
it's-
that I'm not saying there's
overreach.
anything wrong with him doing it. I'm just getting annoyed of
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
No,
algorithms
sure.
Bro, just
implementing
close your
it into
eyes.
my.
Close your eyes.
Don't look at Instagram.
I mean, I only use Instagram for cat memes, so that's what I get. But I
We
do get the
apologize for
occasional-
anybody who wears headphones when they listen to this, because we have had violent outbursts all talking. So we all apologize for this. We all apologize for this and doing this.
You can
again.
thank Zach for just like exemplifying it. I don't know why he was compelled to do
Yeah.
that.
Oh shoot!
It stopped recording.
Oh shoot!
Yes, we forgot the minute, Cullen. You said you were gonna remember the minute.
I was off a minute.
Привет, Сио. У нас сегодня будет.
So
What I was
that
saying,
cheeky
what I was continuing in
TikTok.
yeah, TikTok. I've ranted about that. I kind of got everything out of my system, and now I showed you all before we started this the
Twitch thing.
the Twitch and
The Twitch.
the Twitch.
The Twitch.
And basically, what how I'm going to sum this is, if you go to the channel, I'm going to say this so it's Penguins 0, but I'm going to state it as Penguin Z 0.
We'll link that in the.
Yes,
basically critical, right?
It's
Critical,
also critical.
Charlie, whatever his name is.
Yeah, his name's like what?
Just
Charlie White.
Charlie something.
Well, I wanted to kind of just talk about this subject
Brown.
in
Charlie.
this, and what has happened is he released not too long ago a rant video about a specific streamer who was purposely trying to get her viewers to donate to her, and it was kind of like it just kind of like changed my point of view on a few things on Twitch and just how it works and everything. But like this streamer, it's kind of like Penguin did not state her name, so I don't think it for us to state her name.
I don't even know.
I don't know her name, to be honest.
All I know is that she was essentially like trying to like insult and goad viewers into like.
And it's basically, it was just like a very stupid thing to do. What is so funny?
No, nothing.
Well, yeah. So she's just acting entitled.
She was just she was just like pushing people to give her money and claiming that people that don't use the platform for subbing and donating are just leeching off of the creator. Even though when the creator, again, how Penguin has stated in this video. Stated. What is so funny?
Yeah, my mom's ripping me a new one.
What?
His mom is getting mad.
Bro, can we screenshot that?
No.
Anyways, what we're talking about is like essentially she was like, "Hey, you're spending hours watching my content. Why can't you just like give me $5? Like, how is that so hard?" But like, if you're watching her for hours, like, do you have a job? Is what I got out of that. Like, how are you gonna pay?
Yeah.
But you know, it's just like the entitlement and like thriving off of negative attention. Like, obviously we're talking about it, so it's working, but we're not giving the name out. But like, I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find who did it.
Yeah. But we're not going to state the name because apparently she feeds off of the negative publicity
that's a popular
Twitch.
tactic, is to be like outrageous, and that gives you more views and clicks, and like people come in just to be interested, and 1%, even if 1% is still interested and still watches, that's 1% more than you would have gotten if you had just been a normal human being. So it works.
I feel like most streamers aren't normal human beings.
No, if you're a streamer, you are literally not a human. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Well,
except for Knoxerator,
I
of
just
course.
feel like
He is superhuman.
a lot of them. I mean, to be, I guess, a successful streamer, you have to put a lot.
You have to put a lot of time into it, and like a lot of people are like, "Wow, why is streaming so hard? You just sit there, play games, and talk to people for hours." It's hard to be successful.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really felt too much of the appeal of Twitch. I guess I just don't consume content in that way.
Me either. I like
It's the
YouTube
art of the
videos. Like, I prefer watching YouTube videos over.
Yeah.
streams.
I prefer like the edited down content. It might just be because I'm
But
have a
now
bad attention
I
span.
liked when people like set out and recorded and made a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And now it's like just highlights from a stream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't prefer as
I
much. I
think-
get that it's easier and like
In a way,
Yeah,
it's the
too,
same.
sometimes.
We'll
time
eventually
in-
make.
I kind of was like sad to like see a lot of the YouTubers that I used to watch like turn to streaming.
Yeah,
because like
for
it's
sure.
kind of hard to watch it, because like you can watch their VODs, but that's basically just watching a YouTube video.
It's
But-
watching a YouTube video, except it's 3 hours
Or except-
long, and the interesting parts aren't like marked for you.
Yeah, so it's like harder.
Yeah.
But there are some people that I watch. Like one of my favorite streamers is Dan Giesling. He does like streams and he'll post them on YouTube, but he also does exclusive YouTube videos too for that audience. And I like watching both when I have the time. So like being able to do that, like not only is it like making a bigger like revenue stream, but it also caters to both groups.
Yeah, and I'm sure longer content uncut is a lot easier to make. Like you make it and then you're done when you stream. You don't have to make it and then edit it into a final product.
Yeah, it's like streaming is like the initial setup. I'm assuming is like difficult getting all the necessary equipment, but like as long as you have an interesting personality, or you're playing something that's interesting or doing something that's interesting, it kind of just like the content is itself. Like you just sit there, you just talk and you do your thing.
either
it's
you're
a
really
lot.
good at the game or you're really like entertaining.
Yeah, like you're very entertaining. You have a good personality, or you're like super good at the game.
It's a much more personal connection because it is a live interaction.
Yeah, and like you can donate to them, or you can talk to them in the chat, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh yeah," and they'll like talk to you in real time, and like you get like that a little bit of dopamine rush and that gratification from being like, "Oh, favorite streamer said my name."
Yeah.
So like,
YouTube, you kind of like, it's kind of a very personal thing.
Yeah.
Like you're by yourself, you make this video, you edit it by yourself, and then you put it up, and you hope like it's sitting there, people will like get to it. I guess when you're bigger, obviously people are gonna flock to it or whatnot, but it's just a much different process, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I just never really got into that kind of content. If I want to watch something, I want that small burst of like whatever I'm looking for. I don't want to go, who's streaming like this game? He might be in like the middle of it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just kind of strange for me.
So do you have anything else to say about your rant?
No, I think I've pretty much finished
All right.
for this.
This is outdated.
I don't really have anything that's...
Still want to call it attention. Milo.
Pokemon is the best streamer.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to close off with just a little bit of personal discussion between us. So as you can see here, everyone except for one of us is wearing glasses right now. Chris does wear glasses on occasion, but it just shows that we have 2020 vision, the year 2020. So I just wanted to, ask around. What do you think?
We don't have 2020 vision.
No, we have 20. It was sarcasm. So, I was just wondering what people's predictions for 2020 is going to be. So, I just personal opinions. What do you think 2020 holds for you, for tech, for inventions, or anything like that?
Well, I feel like we're not really going to go far in tech because
Really?
everything's kind of slimmed itself out. I mean,
Half-Life
there might
3
be
coming
like
out March.
Tech.
Half-Life Alex.
Well, that's confirmed, but like, what do you predict is
It's
going to come?
confirmed. It's going to push VR forward.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
what
like
So you think VR is going to
an early VR
leave some
release.
bad?
And that's my hope because the more popular it is, the cheaper it's probably going to be.
Yeah.
So
What do you think the wildest event in 2020 is going to be?
wildest
World War
event.
3.
Whoa, wow.
World War 3.
The Outbreak.
That's
Okay, thank
I don't think World War
I
III
don't
is
know.
gonna happen.
There's not
Yeah.
like it died down. There's stuff really
Yeah,
happening.
I mean, there's always
Something.
the
That story
lead
was
up.
really prevalent, and
I think
all
this
of a
is-
sudden it just kind of like left.
Yeah.
It's kind of related, but I guess the lead up to this election, it's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the
Matt-
dethroning of Matt Bevin
I think
was a big event. And a lot of people are saying that's
You
it's
think there's going
a
to be
sign of a change up.
There's going to
in
be a
this
big
coming
political
election.
upheaval, is what you're saying?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think people have said that's a sign.
Well, it's
I
your
don't-
it's your prediction. You don't have to be
It's my
right.
prediction.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say it.
Coward.
I'm a coward. I'm going to say that people have said it. I don't really. I can't predict politics very well. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be right.
I've never voted in a presidential election.
Really? Yeah.
So
Me
I haven't really followed it too much because when I turned 18 the day after the the election.
Trump election.
Yeah.
Trump
So before then, I was just like I kind of followed it as a meme, really, because Trump was like, "Haha, what if this guy wins? Wouldn't that be crazy?" And then he did, and they were like, "Wow."
Yeah, I remember I was sitting in school and I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. Kind of getting a lot of electoral college votes. It's kind of wacky. and then he won and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, and then
And then it was
a
pretty-
year later, it was like, "Wow, that's not as funny as it was originally."
Yeah.
Like I guess it was just kind of like it died down, and it was like, "Wow, it's just kind of a boring thing."
Did you see that picture you posted of him standing there, or standing against the wall, and Obama's just hanging outside his window,
What?
hanging like spying on him? Which I think.
He posted that.
Yeah,
The
he
official
posted that
Donald
on
Trump's
his,
Twitter.
On his Twitter.
A political
Like,
cartoon.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
Was it like a
It was a
Photoshop?
cartoon. Yeah, it was like a Photoshop.
Oh, nice.
Do you
It's
think
just
he did it
such
himself?
a random thing to post.
I know he posted the picture of him photoshopped as Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Donald.
think- Well,
He should have
wild.
stuck to TV, to be honest. But
I thought at first it was just kind of fun. It was a funny meme that was going around. It was like, "Haha, what if he wins?" And then he did, and it just got boring. Kind
Do we want to make predictions or
I think people
for the election this year?
predictions for the election.
who do you think's gonna win?
So
I guess we
think
can do predictions for both.
Well,
the
I think
Democratic candidate.
Trump will win the Republican.
I mean,
nomination.
probably.
Who do you think will
Democratic?
win? I think Democrat.
I think,
Joe Biden's in the lead right now.
It's more up in the air for sure.
I think Joe Biden
Isn't
will win. I like
really
despite my
personal opinion, but I mean, personally, I don't want Joe Biden as the candidate or president because he's weird now.
I'll be honest. I don't want most of the people.
Who would you want
in
in
the lead?
president?
I don't know. There's so many candidates. I'm still hearing names that I've never heard of that's in the Democratic nominee race. But there's some people that have some solid ideas. You have Andrew Yang, you have Bernie Sanders. There's not Tulsi Gabbard anymore.
Really?
Well, remember when she was she was I abstained from voting. Yeah,
I didn't know
she's
she
not
dropped
on
out.
Did she? She didn't. Did
she didn't drop out, but
she's not in the new.
That wasn't cool of her to do that.
Yeah, I think she was in the news recently, wasn't she? For
probably
something
for
weird?
something.
There's
just people they have a lot of ideas. Who's gonna win? I can't say.
Yeah, it's so far away. You can't really say yet.
If I just had to make a prediction, I'd say,
Cullen Beard.
we're just talking about the Democrats.
Yes.
Cullen Beard.
Cullen Beard for
Democrat.
president.
Cullen Beard.
I'd say that Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But
It seems most likely to me.
Isn't
I know
Bernie
Andrew
winning,
Yang is
free
kind of
college
a
or something
popular
like that?
third.
Andrew Yang is popular, but he's just not.
He's popular,
When you say
but
popular-
he's not mainstream
He's-
popular.
when
He's
you say
popular on
on
Twitter.
he has
I'll
a
say
following,
that.
but he's not mainstream.
He's popular on social media, but
Yes.
if you look at his actual rankings, he's
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
he's near the bottom.
I mean, he is growing and
he's
growth-
growing. Biden and Yang or Sanders and
It's
Yang. There is
40-8.
There's a large
yeah.
discrepancy.
It's one of those vocal minority type things. The people who follow him.
And you
vehemently.
notice everyone that's on social media is I hate Joe Biden and stuff. He's weird. I don't want him to be the nominee, but he's still one of the top ones.
Definitely. Yeah.
People that are on people join social media just to support a candidate, and those are the weirdest people I've ever met online.
Yeah.
They're so
the weird groups that are just
their whole life is just built around this one guy.
Or the groups that support him, one-armed blind people for Trump or paraplegic athletes for Sanders, those really oddly specific groups. That's whack.
It's probably just one guy. It's not even a group.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
I think whoever gets the nomination, unless it's some kind of horrible like Joe Biden, if it's somebody who has, because I think
he said that
not horrible
game
person,
developers are what are they, creeps? He said that they're creeps.
Yeah.
Why?
I
don't know.
He just said they are.
As long as it's not somebody that's really unlikable, like we had in the 2016 election, where both candidates were a lot of people don't like. A lot of people really followed Trump. A lot of people really followed Hillary, but a lot of the middle, I guess, the people who were just kind of hey, who should be a good president? Hillary was kind of creepy, and Trump was really weird too.
Well, Hillary.
This is why you have all these TikTok videos on Instagram, because you just looked at some random girl and you're oh.
I did not. I literally just clicked on it and then swiped it away.
Well,
you heard it.
Okay, you just interrupted their conversation.
You're just mad.
Too bad.
Well,
I'm not mad.
Anyway,
I don't know if you saw, but Hillary I don't know what she said. She said something bad about Bernie Sanders.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah,
that's
the
what she said.
first thing she said was that she'll do anything to make sure Trump does not win. But then she goes and blasts Bernie Sanders.
Hillary Clinton just needs to stop talking.
Yeah.
On it, not but she's not helping.
I stopped following her after the 2016 election.
Well, yeah, after the 2016 election, she didn't do anything for months, and then she comes out and she's like, "Yeah, I was just crying in my room." I think that's literally what she said. Not crying in her room, but she's like, "I just felt too terrible after losing to come do anything."
Yeah, but I just don't get what is she doing now? She's not running.
She's
because
people follow her.
She's a politician. She's
a politician, but shouldn't she be
She probably runs foundations or something.
Being helping the Democratic Party instead of being hey, you're a candidate that has a large.
She was kind of a bad candidate. I think a lot of people didn't really.
Maybe she wants Joe to win though. Maybe that was
maybe
she was worried about Bernie Sanders.
I don't know,
So
but saying
trying to
nobody
cover
likes
support.
him.
Nobody likes
It's
you.
basically just like
Bullying
dividing the people that are like the Democrats at that point instead of like trying to unify.
I think something similar happened with the UK election recently. Like they had multiple more left leaning. And they kind of just had more support from that. Like I believe they said there were more votes for left-leaning parties, but there were multiple left-leaning parties, and then the bigger right party kind of took the vote.
So I think we're gonna start finishing up. But I just want to do
one
overall
more prediction.
that's what I was gonna do. A quick fire round. Next decade, what's the craziest thing that's gonna happen? Go, Cullen.
Fizz kids are gonna pop off.
Fizz kids are gonna pop off.
I'm gonna get a girlfriend.
Fizz kids gonna go all the way to the top.
And Fizz kids.
Yeah.
I think that we're gonna be able to upload our minds to computers.
Ah,
Wow.
that'd be cool. Wait, doesn't Elon Musk have like
A vision for
False.
a link thing that's gonna happen? I don't know.
Which part?
We'll figure it
So
out.
what's the prediction for the overall 2020 election though? Is what I was trying to get into.
2020 election.
Do you think
Trump.
will
I think-
have
Really?
a second term?
I don't think so.
The closer and
I-
closer they get, the less I think it'll be Trump. But I have
I think there's
a month ago I would have said
Trump.
Unfortunately, it's a toss-up.
yeah. I think there is a
Trump.
Well, he could get impeached.
There,
I don't
he's
think
already
he
been
will.
Trump.
impeached. He could get.
Well,
he,
yeah,
Is
he could get-
impeached? He could get what is it?
Yeah, he's
Convicted.
impeached.
he could get
yeah.
consequences. I don't know.
Trump.
Yeah.
So I think there's a really high chance that he is reelected. But I think all the Democrats that did not the Democrats, I think, had the popular vote over the Republicans. I don't know how close a margin. I think a lot of people that did not vote in the last election will be coming in this time because Trump is a really polarizing.
Yeah.
That's
president.
a way to put it.
So I think Democratic support will be drummed up a lot more this year. So I think we'll have it could be a toss up, definitely. But
Some of us here can vote.
Yeah.
I can now.
I can.
How old do you have to be to vote? 18, right?
18.
Yeah, heck yeah.
How old? Is
Well,
that?
they might have moved up to 21.
True.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Not yet, but yeah, we'll be able to vote. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens.
All right.
So I guess that's the end of this podcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking us out. Hopefully you'll subscribe if you like our content. Leave a like, leave a comment saying you want us to discuss, what you liked about this video.
We say this all the time, but content is coming.
Yeah.
Gaming content is coming.
It's just we've started like college back up.
Yeah.
It's just a busy, hectic schedule. But
I will say that we've started trying to make recordings. I think the overall process, we didn't really realize how much work would go into it from the beginning to get the quality we want. We don't want to just record a really low quality video with bad audio and put it out. We want to put out something that's at least a little bit decent.
All right.
If that makes any sense.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
What are y'all mumbling about over there?
Well, we're saying Fizz Kids rule forever. Stay busy, boys.
Yes.
We're signing off.
All right. Bye, guys. I'm about to get killed.
Dude, just fight your mom.